Let's be real, nobody likes Airbnb, at least the Airbnb in its current state. And 2024 isn't gonna be any different, guys.
What do I do? What do I do?
And we're gonna go over the reasons why Airbnb has turned into a dumpster fire. I know most of you guys watching this will agree with me, but before we jump into it, my name is Orlando. Welcome to the channel, guys. As always, hitting that like and subscribe button really does help out the channel. Make sure you check out in the description and in the pinned comment, I have a newsletter that will give you tremendous value and you will love it. It's free on top of that. How can you be free? You can't. But let's jump into this. It says Airbnb was supposed to save capitalism. Instead, it devolved into garbage. What could make someone say this? But I would like to change this title of this article to basically say that Airbnb was supposed to be cheaper and more comfortable when you go on vacation, but it devolved into garbage. That's basically what this headline should say. It should say that. I mean, everybody and their mom who wanted to do an Airbnb did not go into Airbnb thinking that it was going to be double and sometimes triple the cost of going to a hotel. Because if that was the case, I would just go to the hotel. That's what I'm saying, guys, and it doesn't make any sense. And I've been telling people this. If you've been watching my videos, I've been telling Airbnb hosts, look, listen, it's not going to be good for you guys in 2023. And 2024 isn't going to be any different. The parties are still happening. The crime is still happening. People are recording you for your safety. How do you record somebody's safety in a bathroom?
Look, it's blue right there right now on that side. Oh, you didn't get to see that time. But this SIM card, there's a SIM card in there. What is this?
The amount of scams that are going on with Airbnb. I just saw a scam just the other day where a guy got charged by doing some Airbnb scheme where he was double booking individuals.
I am the way you...
And listen here, Airbnb just gets on board and said, oh, yeah, now we found out he's doing it. What? Are you kidding me? You just found out that the guy has made $10 million off of people on Airbnb double booking, and now all you have to say is, that's Airbnb for you. Trending forecast for 2024. Airbnb is out. Holiday Inn is in. No pun. But that is true. I would prefer to stay in a hotel than an Airbnb. The costs are just ridiculous, guys. The cleaning fees with you cleaning. Let's make that clear. They want you to pay cleaning fees on top of you paying for the cleaning fee. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. But let's jump in. It says the switch got underway in earnest last year when Airbnb hosts reported that bookings were tanking, sometimes even yielding a 50% decrease over the previous years. Now, before I continue on, I did state that this was going to happen when people aren't spending, when people are losing their jobs, when the economy is not doing well, when things cost triple what they cost the other year, inflation is just going out of control. What do you think is the first thing that people are going to do? What is the number one thing that people will stop doing when their money isn't right? Traveling. At least that's the way I hope it is. Because I see some of you guys, your money ain't right and you're still going to Cancun. You're still going to Cancun, but that's beyond the point.
I heard that. I wish I didn't hear that, but I just heard that.
Most people will stop traveling first when their money is low, and this is no different. The chief reason seemed to be the value for money. Airbnb got too much dip on the chip. That they did get too much dip on the chip. No one is gonna continue to pay $500 to stay in an apartment for 2 days when they can pay $300 for a hotel stay that has a pool, room service, free breakfast, and cleaning every day. Let's get real. I mean, she ain't wrong. You guys staying at Airbnb just like I was in previous, and you guys understand. Look, $500 to stay in an apartment for 2 days? Mighty suspect. And then it says when you can pay $300 for a hotel stay with all of these amenities, pool, room service, free breakfast. Come on, you're not getting any of that with an Airbnb. And to be honest with you, this is modest. This is modest. A $500, I've seen $1,000, $1,500 two-night stays at an Airbnb.
Madness! That's madness!
All you have to do is go into Airbnb right now and go, I don't know, San Diego, go to any of the popular, Florida somewhere, Orlando, Tampa, Miami? Are you kidding me? Go try to stay in Miami at an Airbnb. You're gonna pay $2,000 for 3 nights.
Oh my God.
Yeah. 3 nights, $2,000. $2,000. What do I mean? I mean, when you get to the very end of the transaction, it's going to be $2,600. That's right. They're going to trick you into making you believe and go,
okay, I'll go ahead and pay this $2,000. I know this is already too much, but I'm going to go ahead and do it because I really want to stay in this nice place.
And then when you get to checkout, they bait and switch you. Now you have to make a decision. Do you want to pay $26,000, almost $3,000 for 3 nights at a Miami house? Because let's get it real. It's not a mansion. It's a house. A regular house that's in Miami that you're paying for that may or may not have some amenities on top of it. But I can tell you what, you ain't getting a chef. You ain't getting someone coming in there cleaning up every day after you. You're not getting any of that. But it turns out that people believed in Airbnb. People thought that Airbnb was going to change. But let's continue on to see what that says. But the crowd-based capitalism turns out to be just more capitalism. We also know now that the success of sharing economy was propped up by the free flowing of cheap venture capital. Let's ring that back. What does that mean? That means that money was so cheap. Remember, money was 2-3%. I need you guys to remember that if anyone is borrowing money, the rich are borrowing money at that cheap rate too. If the money is cheap for you, it's going to be cheap for a billionaire. It's going to be cheap for these huge corporations too. And they were shelling out the money. Easy. And then it says the plan was to simply use artificially low prices and generous incentives to establish a large customer base and then elbow out the competition while never having to make a profit. That's the reason why Airbnb was able to have a huge market share and able to come around and say,
look, we're better than these hotels. They were using cheap money and they didn't care about making a profit.
But what happens? What happens when cheap money is gone? And now you care about making a profit. Well, you get what you have right now, which is an Airbnb that's going to rake you over the coals, that's going to tell you that you need to pay 2 to 3 times more than a hotel.
It's trash.
That's going to tell you, no, if you want to stay here, you need to work. That's going to allow hosts to make you do all types of house rules. You know, step in line, take 2 steps, three back steps. I need you to look around the corner. They're gonna make you do all types of stuff. Make sure you put Febreze plugins before you leave. They're gonna make you do everything. Listen, I saw one Airbnb. I said, listen, do I own this house? Because it's feeling like I own this place. Because if I own it, then I'll go ahead and do all of this work. But if I don't own the place, why am I washing the clothes and linen? And why am I washing the floors? And hey, it literally said on one of the Airbnb, make sure you wash the baseboards.
This just like all has to stop.
And I wish the Airbnb host would come to me and say, hey man, I'm going to dock you or I'm going to charge you more because you didn't clean the baseboards. All hell would break loose. It would. This is insane. Now that they've got us hooked, Airbnb service itself is going into the toilet. And in 2023, Airbnb is littered with ads for properties that have deceptive photos, a laundry list of demands and rules from hosts, hidden cameras, and tacked on fees. The cluttering has made the site nearly unusable and at least untrustworthy, causing some of its social media to declare an Airbnb bust. And look, this isn't new, guys, at least for people who watch my channel. If you understand, I've been telling these hosts that doing your arbitrage and doing all this other crazy stuff just to get people into it, doing these crazy bait and switch and doing all of these fake photos, and you get there and it looks like the scene for Martin. You know the scene that I'm talking about with the rat in the vacation.
That ain't no damn puppy. That ain't no damn.
Yeah, that's what this is like. You go to some of these Airbnbs and you're like, wait a minute. This didn't look like this. And now you're stuck there. You're at the front door. You've booked a week here. And now you're in a Motel 6. And in some cases, worse than that. Worse than a motel. I'm not joking, guys. And a lot of you guys, put in the comment section if that's happened to you. If you went into an Airbnb and it wasn't, the pictures don't represent what you booked. You get there and it's horrible. The hidden cameras, who wants to have their family Let's be real. Your family or just yourself, just in general, videotaped, hidden cameras. For what?
That guy's a pervert.
Because you think I'm going to tear up the property? Then why are you in Airbnb? Why are you in Airbnb if you're so afraid that your property is going to get torn up that you have to put hidden cameras in living areas, bathrooms, all this other stuff? Get out of the hospitality business. Hotels don't do that because it's against the law. It's that simple. And then it says you want to zip to Orlando for an impulsive New Year's excursion to a theme park and you need a place to stay. At first glance, the one available rental that calls itself a little piece of heaven. If that's what you're ready, you better get ready. Get ready to be disappointed. A piece of heaven. Claims that it's a newly constructed 1-bedroom unit owned by a Christian family that's 10 minutes to Universal theme parks for $130 a night. Sounds decent, right? Oh, look, guys. We've all been here. You know where this is going. We've all been here. This seems like the classic cleaning fees, the classic bait and switch that Airbnb is gonna do.
Something ain't right.
Not if you dig deeper. The final costs of the hidden are hidden until you hit the reserve button. That's when you discover that booking 3 nights actually costs $600 and not $390. Thanks to the $80 cleaning fee, $66 service fee, and additional taxes. What's worse is that this so-called piece of heaven is actually just a well-disguised garage connected to someone's house. Something that you wouldn't know unless you read a recent customer review. This place is cozy, but it's a closed-in garage, so not very private. This is what I'm talking about, guys. This is what I'm talking about. I know that was a long little read there, but it's super important that you look at the big portions of that. You got bait and switched, and then the piece of heaven is actually a garage. Who wants to stay in a closed-in garage? And not only that, but they don't mention it. How about you mention a piece of a garage? I know the reason why you won't put that in your title. I know the reason why you won't disclose that it's actually a garage. I know the reason why. Because nobody would book it. That's the reason why. So we see that there's a problem with Airbnb. Not only the platform itself, because the platform is allowing all of this craziness. They're allowing people to rip you off. They're allowing people to do these scams. They're allowing to put cameras inside the units. They're allowing all of this to happen. And this is the reason why no one likes Airbnb in 2023. And now we're in 2024. It's going to continue unless something changes and prices come down and that it's nice and comfortable. But here's the thing that I want to mention to you guys. This is what I want to mention. This is not a go to hotels pro hotel. I'm always looking out what's best for you and your family. So if it's best for you and your family and cheaper for you to be comfortable, not have to deal with this craziness of the Airbnbs and go to a hotel, I will personally do that myself. So why wouldn't you do it? Why wouldn't you do that? That's my point. Why wouldn't you do what's best for you and your family? I don't want to be in an area where crime is up. I don't want to be in an area where I'm being videotaped all the time. I don't want to be in an area where I have to pay 4 times, 3 times, 2 times as high prices to stay in the same area when I'm getting less than I would going to a hotel. So this isn't a pro hotel video. This is a not getting ripped off video. Not paid 2 to 3 times higher video than you have to pay. Make sure if you are going to do these Airbnbs that you're getting exactly what you're paying for, guys. And I'm here to tell you now, I don't see Airbnb prices going down. I see a ton of these hosts, as we talked about, losing their head, and a lot of these properties going back on the market. So if you're an investor or looking just for a house, get ready, because it's about to hit the fan. I hope you got value out of this content, but as always, you won't get all of your information from this one video. I need you to watch this video right here. I promise you, it will give you information on the housing market, financial news, get into your first rental property. You will love it. And I promise you the information you will get from it will be gold. See you in the next one. Thanks.